This week on Winchester and Drury's Natural Born.
That's our boy. Bit.
Myself and Wade are going to get behind the cameras. We're going to film Austin and Dustin and have some fun this morning.
These bugs are feeling it, man. Crazy. Got him.
Win.
This week on Winchester and Drury's Natural Born, it's a Texas showdown as Anilogic's Mark Freese, my husband Austin Land, and country music star Dustin Lynch all head down to the Lone Star State for some heart-pounding whitetail action.
Come on, Big Daddy! Come on with it! That's awesome.
With their Matthews bows in hand, our cast of hunters will be hot on the heels of some great Texas whitetails, including a 160-inch bruiser that's all too familiar to Dustin Lynch.
Nice shot. Whoa, I love it. Hope you love it.
So buckle up and get ready, because it's about to go down.
When we get into periods in the Midwest and we look at DeerCast and it's saying poor or bad, and we look at why, oftentimes it's because the temperatures are well above normal. And we say, well, do we want to sit here and sit it out or go somewhere where those warm temperatures don't quite bother the deer? We decided to head to Texas last fall. This time it's Mark Freese, Dustin Lynch, Wade, myself, my son-in-law Austin, and my daughter Taylor. This is going to be a very fun week in Texas. Well, when you get to Texas, the first thing you need to do is check out those reconnaissance cameras. They've been running since early September, trying to figure out who made it from last season to this season, whether they grew or did not. It should be a fun time down here in the Lone Star State. Boy, just when you think you've seen it all, you look through some reconnaissance pictures and boom, here's a deer with a characteristic I had never seen before. And we looked at these pictures in velvet and then hardhorn and we're like, did it grow that way or is it broken? Is it loose? Well, Freese looks at him and he's like, man, that is a trophy. I would love to hunt that deer.
Well, here we are, Wader.
How about that buck we're going after?
That thing, I don't know that he's named, but well, I've heard headgear come on a few times. Just a crazy buck. Not sure if the skull plate dropped, broke, what happened, but it's gonna be crazy. Let's go do it. Always nice to see one like that on the way in, but we can't get him. There he goes. Yep, that gets the blood flowing. All right, keep going.
This set sits up on a hill, so the view is like none other. And then right behind us, we've got water and some food beyond that. So there's this one pinch point that the deer like to take. We've mowed the trail to enhance it even more. And they're hoping that this big wacky rack is going to make his appearance known.
Well, we've been in 5 minutes. Already got a nice deer coming in. He's not mature. I'd say 3.5 maybe.
They're sitting there, and it didn't take too awfully long, and suddenly we had the answer as to whether that antler was solid or moving around.
He's behind the mesquite, but he is coming out.
That's our boy.
This thing's dead in place. Here's this buck. Come on, Freese, make it happen, buddy.
Bit. Smoking, baby. Nice shot, bud. Nice shot. Oh, boy. Good shot. You just absolutely 10-ringed him. He almost went down right here. It can't be far in that mistake.
Oh, waiter. This thing is so smooth. It is just so smooth. We knew he was a really mature deer. It's going to be a really interesting deer to find out what happened. But what an amazing deer.
Well, good shooting, buddy. Congratulations. That deer's awesome.
Oh, boy. Gotta love the rage in the cage, babe. Boom. How cool is that? I don't even know what to make of it. Look at that. Looks like his skull plate broke open here. What a great mature animal. Lots of junk. Good mature deer, probably 6.5 years old. I think that's what Mark called him. But what a hunt. He took his time, but he was certainly on his way. But what a great deer.
Congratulations.
Thank you, thank you. Well, we're back at the lodge. We're gonna go grab Mark and show him what we did. Let's go.
Kill
We're home.
You did it.
Sitting there looking at your deer on trail camera right now.
Heck yeah.
Come on, Big Daddy. Come on with it.
Wow.
So is it
That is wild.
solid or is it?
It's solid.
Yeah, it's
I'll be doggone. So how did he grow that way? Like I said, just when you think you've seen it all, we were all marveling at this buck. We marveled at the footage. And then when we got it back to camp, we just couldn't believe how big this deer was, how big the body was, and clearly that antler had grown that way. It was just one for the ages. I met Mark Freese about 6 or 7 years ago, and he is the president and CEO of Anilogic. And one thing I know about Mark, he loves that health side of deer. As we all know with Anilogic, they're the leader in the healthy side of deer feeds and deer supplements, but he also likes to make them dead when we go to Texas. There was a giant 10-point coming into a spot that we call number 21. We've got our fingers crossed. Hopefully he can go in there and go 2 for 2.
All right, here we are, night 3 in Texas. You probably noticed when we came in, we walked by a beautiful watering hole. The deer are actually in the bass boys been bedded at the watering hole and up this ridge to our left. Behind us is a big valley. They seem to like to just go feed out in this valley behind us. So what we're trying to do tonight is catch them coming out of the watering area and off on this side ridge. And there's a couple deer trails. You can see one right in front of us. So we're gonna try and get one on the walking by.
You know, we're at that time of the year down there where we're starting to see some rut activity. And when those Texas bucks get going, you never know what you're going to see.
Well, we've got a coyote coming in front of us. It's still awfully early, so I probably shouldn't pull off on him.
So we're getting later in the morning and suddenly a coyote pops out. So you think, well, is it all over? Well, one thing about Texas, there are a lot of coyotes and a lot of deer, and I think they're used to one another.
That's our boy. Towards us.
Yes. He's going back behind it for some reason. I don't know what he's doing.
Well, that's hunting. This guy has been to our left. He's been around us the whole way around. He's literally made a full circle. The only bad part is when he was in front of us. He was just out there too far.
This buck is literally turning them around in the blind, tossing them into a knot. This is going to be interesting as to whether he can get a shot out of that Texas blind. Bit. Bit.
Yep. Smoked him, baby. Slowing down. Oh yeah, he's going down, baby. He's going down. There he goes. Oh my God, Freese. That deer gave us fits. And he followed that buck in the original buck.
That original buck was off to our right, and that mature den just for some reason followed him. You can't beat the Matthews.
Congratulations, Freese. That was awesome.
Wow. Let's go get the neck. It doesn't get much better than this, guys. Got him. They're here. Got him. How cool is this? Wow. Look at that. Oh. What an amazing night. We came in looking for this very specific buck. Weren't sure if we were going to see him, but we did. Came in earlier, circled us around, had us just tied up. We thought he was going to bail. He spotted this 8-pointer that he initially came in following. This guy followed him right through, gave us an amazing shot. The main thing down here is Mark and Wade had the opportunity last year, probably 4.5, 5.5, and look what happened. He just blew up over the year. So just an amazing opportunity to be down in Texas with the Matthews in hand, and you feel so secure with the Matthews. What a night.
Congratulations, Mark. That's 2 for 2. Hey, you gonna let somebody else hunt on this trip?
Here's to the perfect day of hunting with the DeerCast 10-day forecast. Get ahead of your game with DeerCast.
Natural Barn is brought to you by Anilogic Outdoors, Scent Crusher, Bass Pro Shops and Cabela's, Reconyx Game Cameras, Tracker Off-Road, Leupold Optics, Cold Steel, Mossio Camouflage, DeerCast, Matthews Archery, and presented by Winchester Ammunition. Having harvested some great Lone Star State bucks over the years, Anilogic's Mark Freese is no stranger to Texas. So it shouldn't come as a surprise that Mark was able to harvest not 1, but 2 great whitetails with his trusty Matthews VXR.
Oh, this thing is so smooth. It is just so smooth.
Now we're gonna stick around in that Texas mesquite brush as Austin Land and country music star Dustin Lynch are determined to get on a couple of brush monsters of their own.
Waking up to a very windy morning. Myself and Wade are gonna get behind the cameras. We're gonna film Austin and Dustin and have some fun this morning.
I'm so excited to be back out in Texas. The trusty Matthews is ready to rip, y'all. I'm hopefully shooting straight. Let's go see what happens. Made it into the blind. There's nothing like a Texas morning. As this light starts coming, hopefully we start seeing some movement. We think we just heard a buck run out here to our left in the bushes. All right, well, we just slipped up into this blind. It sits right on top of this big ridge overlooking all these draws going down in. I actually sat here last year and had a couple incredible sits, lots of mature deer, so fingers crossed we can duplicate that and have one come within range of the old nutty.
We're up at 25 and it's one of the best views on the ranch. We've had great luck here. I've got recent pictures of some good bucks in the area and I'm hoping that we can make it happen for Austin on this beautiful Texas morning.
Here comes the white buck running right through here. .26 where he crossed. Well, that's a beautiful, maybe 5.5-year-old, 9 or 10 point white buck. Oh yeah, nice young deer for sure. Beautiful, yeah. He's got great mass, man. Busted on that brow. Yeah. Awesome young deer there. Deer on their feet this morning, just like like we thought. That wind is on our side today. Here comes another one. That guy right there, give him a year or two. Beautiful buck. Awesome movement so far. He's feeling it. These bucks are feeling it, man. Crazy. Raking trees all around us. Well, we haven't seen our buck, but the sunrise was beautiful, so it kind of made it worth it.
Well, the deer started moving, and much like they always do at 25, this is a big saddle in this ridge, and the deer walk back and forth on the ridge and then work their way through the saddle out to a wheat field or back and forth from the wheat field, and this morning did not disappoint.
I can see him. It's a tall, narrow 10. He's coming up the ridge, the same trail that those other bucks used. Oh yeah, it's him.
You better get your window open.
Nah. Just smoked him, dude.
Oh, I got him there.
Ooh, baby. Yeah, that was freaking awesome, dude. That was sweet. 40 yards.
Oh, good shot.
Yeah. I hit him a touch high, but he might have jumped just a little bit. But
Yeah, but I think you got that artery. You know, that runs along top of the lungs.
I'm freaking out right now. My heart's going crazy. Thank you
Good
so
job,
much.
buddy.
Gosh darn it, that was fun. He read the script, came in, he stayed a touch further than I wanted him to, but it worked. Heck yeah.
That puffs me up, dude.
Dude, I'm freaking jacked. Sit down for a second. That's the first time you and I have deer hunted together. This one too, you and the camera, me hunting.
Sweet.
And we just got ourselves a big old Texas buck, buddy.
Boom, baby.
Heck yeah.
That's awesome.
White buck right here. See him drop up. Yep, got him. That's definitely a shooter. Oh man, yeah. Got him.
Wait.
Good.
Man.
Yeah, baby. Whoa. Go down. was awesome, dude. That little buck got him fired up, ran him off, raked a couple trees, and freaking came right in. Thought he was going to be out there nice and wide, and then he ended up giving me a little chip shot right there. Congratulations. He's awesome. Right in the cage, baby. Whoa. Texas, awesome morning. Just enough wind to get us in here clean, man, and cover our noise, cover our scent. And we got her done. I love it. Hope you love it.
Nice thing about the Rage 2.3 is it makes them bleed, but this time we didn't need it because we were lucky enough to watch them too.
Lots of blood. Lots of blood. Yes.
What a cool buck. Look at that big old Texas buck right there.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, this was very special. I truly appreciate it, buddy. On an awesome buck, too. The Lone Star State never disappoints, and it's always great when I get to take a little bit of time off the guide and come hang out with you and Tay and Mark and Wade and Dustin. It's just been a great trip, and this is icing on the cake. I couldn't be more pleased with this big old Texas buck, and when they get this old, it's just incredible. I mean, 7-8-year-old wild whitetail is a hard buck to find anyway, and then when you actually get to run an arrow through one, it was just awesome. And I couldn't thank Mark enough for letting me come down here, and look what we did. The Lone Star State never disappoints.
Congratulations, Austin. I'm so happy you had some time off, and thanks for sharing it with me, buddy. This is awesome.
It was awesome. I'd do it again.
Yeah. Woo!
Check this bad boy out. We saw him go down, so gonna head straight to him. Look at this deer, man. The frame on this deer. Texas. Awesome buck. Wade, thanks for being behind the camera. What an awesome, unforgettable sit in Texas. Well, here we are in Texas. Wade and I get it done again. Unbelievable morning sit. We had action. Bucks all around us. We heard some fighting early, heard some grunting early, raking trees. As you can tell, this guy was busy. Spotted him in actually some mesquite there, and ended up not liking the buck that was over behind us, so he came to be boss, and unfortunately for him, we were in his way. Awesome hunt. There's no place like Texas.
Next week on Winchester and Drury's Natural Born, it's a Show Me State showdown as Chris Comstock, Michael Heffernan, and Adam Anderson all head out in search of some great Missouri whitetails.
He's heavy, he's got great mass. Yes, I'm super excited.
It's a jam-packed episode, so be sure to catch it all right here next week on DoD TV.
We're adding new videos every week, so make sure to click that subscribe button and check out all of our amazing content. This episode of DoD TV was brought to you by Matthews Archery.